Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a tarot reader and transformational life coach here to assist you on your journey of spiritual and personal development. And in today's video, I would like to do something a little bit different with you. This is going to be a pick a card tarot reading video, but a different one, because you will have to work hard on your side as well. The main idea of this video is to link goal setting with the guidance provided by tarot, and that hopefully will bring you a more productive and intuitive experience to help you reach your goals in a way that's more aligned with your soul and your intuition. So yes, you need to have a goal that you want to achieve for this reading. So what I want you to do, I want you to do some writing now. Take a journal or a piece of paper, or you can also download a worksheet that I have created specifically for this reading, and you will find that in the description box below. Now I want you to write down your goal or intention or idea, whatever you have in mind. And to make it easier for you, please answer the following questions. What do I want to achieve? How do I feel about this goal right now? What hopes and concerns do I have relative to my goal? What would I need to clarify? Any other specific questions or doubts I have? After you've done, go ahead and pick up to 3 tarot messages. Please check the timestamps for more details. Do not pick more than 5 and do not keep picking until you find what you want to hear. In this case, it is very important that you tune in to the message with your heart and not so much your mind. Now, after you've done listening to your messages, go back to what you've written. See how the message you've just heard answers to your questions or complements your intentions. What does it say about your hopes and concerns? What clarity does it bring? What answers does it provide to your questions? Now, make an action plan. Given the analysis you've just done, what are the best action steps for you to take to achieve your goal? What course correction should you make? Tune into your intuition and think about practical, realistic, and strategic actions that are the best aligned with your desired outcome. And please do not skip this step, because this is how we make our dreams a reality and how we achieve our goals. Not by listening to tarot messages, but by taking real and concrete action. And that's it. You're good to go to make your dreams a reality. That is something that I truly wish for you. But I'll see you back in my next video. Always remember to stay true to yourself and kind to the other. Bye-bye. Okay, let's take a look at message number 1. So you have the Strength card reversed. You have the High Priestess, which is also reversed, and then you have the Soulmates. So, what does it say to you relative to your goal? The reversed Strength card may indicate that you are not necessarily in touch with your power. There could be some discipline issues, or you cannot find your motivation, or it comes really hard for you to figure things out for yourself, and also to find out why you are doing certain things, why you want to do certain things. And the High Priestess in this case could point to the lack of the right timing, or that this is not the right time for you to know all there is to know relative to your goal that you want to achieve. So it's better for you that at this moment you don't give it a go just yet. Take more time to think about what do you really want to accomplish, and think about maybe even why you want it. Why does it matter to you? Why is it important to you? Which I think could be the key message for you here. And you also have the Soulmates. So you need to really figure out what is really and genuinely something that you care about. And don't start anything. Don't waste your time doing things that are maybe set by others. Maybe other people want you to act in a certain way or do certain things. That is not the right reason. You need to find your own path, and you need to connect with your own heart, with your own journey, and only then, if you can find your personal motivation behind something, this goal, this intention, this idea, only then give it a green light. If you do the other way around, if you keep pushing ahead with this goal, then you will end up fighting in somebody else's battle. That is not something you want to do at the end of the day. You want to fight your own battles. You want to have a meaningful journey for yourself. And here, message number 1 is asking you to think about that. Rethink your motivation, find your inner answers, and then the right time will come and things will just fall into place. You need to find something that is truly yours. So this is message number 1. So let's take a look at message number 2. What do you have here? Well, you have the 5 of Pentacles. You have the Page of Cups reversed. And you have the 8 of Water. So for those of you who picked message number 2, well, 5 of Pentacles is a card of lacking something. There are not enough resources. There could be this scarcity mentality present with this card, and things could be tough. And what is interesting, I think, that this reversed Page of Cups is also showing that it's very hard for you guys to, at least relative to this goal, to truly connect with the essence of it, with that place where inspiration really comes from. And it does feel that your motivation to set this goal and to have this intention in your mind is more based not on a place of inspiration, but on a place of lacking something, of not having enough of something. Maybe you are running out of money, or there are some financial issues for you, or there are some other things that are currently not really working for you. And there could be even this despair to it. So I need to do something to get myself out of this situation, but then I also feel desperate, and you could make some mistakes if you hold on to this mindset with the reversed Page of Cups. You must be very, very careful that you don't rush into decisions that you will later regret, or maybe you try everything out and you even say yes and agree to things that are more like those getting rich quick schemes that never work, and you kind of miss the right opportunities because you are too stressed out, or you feel this inner tension that basically pushes you to do something, because that's how you are able to calm your mind down, that you are at least doing something to get yourself out of this situation. But what you must do relative to your goals, you must shift your mindset a little bit and see that there are actually those opportunities available for you, and that this period will be over if you are able to see those opportunities and then act on them. Because you see, here is this little flower here in the snow. The spring is coming. And also, if you manage to turn this Page of Cups upright, then this is that source of inspiration. This is that brilliant idea, or that clarity, moment of clarity that finally comes to you and shows you your way out. And you know it because you feel it in your heart. You feel like your heart is lighting up. And that is something you need to strive to achieve with this message number 2, because you also have the Eight of Water, and you need to move on. You need to move on to some place better. You leave your current situation behind and you embrace what's coming there at the horizon. You focus positively on the future. Can you see those sunbeams from the sky? So there is that hope and that future that awaits you with this goal, and you can definitely achieve that. Take with you the gems that you can collect from your current situation, all the grains of wisdom, all the resources that can be useful later on, the tools that can be useful later on. And don't stay here, don't stay at the present. Move on, and you will have your abundance. So, message number 3. You have the Knight of Pentacles, also the Six of Cups, and the Master. So with regards to your goals here, you need to think long term, and you need to think about something that is really established and secure, something that you can trust. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's better for you to choose the long way, the conventional ways, the tried and tested ways, but those ways are safe and they will provide you with a sense of security that you need right now. Because here with the Six of Cups, this is all about that which is known and familiar and that makes you feel like home. So if you are thinking about your goal, then trying new ways may not be the best thing to do right now. Experimenting may also not be the best way to reach your goal for the time being. It's better that you act in a ways you already know, that you use methods that really give results. And also, when it comes to being ambitious with this goal, this is not necessarily the best approach. Don't think about ambition and don't think about that future you want to achieve with this goal, because what matters the most for you right now is how you feel along the way, the process. And it must be something that you enjoy with the Six of Cups. It could be something from the past. Maybe you could bring in some old ideas or some old foundations that are kind of there lying around, but then you have never built on them. You have left them behind, but there is something about them that still attracts you and you think about them. So this is that right time to pull those old ideas out and start doing something with them and start building upon them step by step. And you could actually enjoy the process pretty much if you choose to do so with this message. And also the Master card. Indeed, this is your mastery that you have already achieved. Not necessarily learning new things or embarking on new journeys, but really implementing your mastery and your skill set. Also being able to exercise your expertise and the things that you know, everything that you have collected along the way. So basically use that knowledge that you have already gained. Or if that is not you, that you can definitely consult an expert or something like that, somebody who has that knowledge and that wisdom to oversee this whole situation relative to this goal. And it should feel familiar. It should feel like this is my thing and I feel like this is my comfort zone, because sometimes it is not about stretching yourself and pushing beyond your limits. Sometimes it's just about re-establishing something that you already own, and even rejuvenating yourself as you do those things that you are naturally good at doing, or that you are good at doing because you have taken the time and effort to master them. So, okay, this is message number 3. So this is message number 4. So what should you take into account? You have the World card reversed. So this is how it looks upright. Then you also have Knight of Wands, and you have Serendipity. Okay, let me see. Relative to your goal. With the Knight of Wands, it does seem that there is something that you really want to get ahead with or achieve, and that could be your goal. That could be your attitude and the driving force behind your goal, your motivation. You feel pretty passionate about that, or if it is not like passion coming from your heart, then it could be that you feel pressured to do it, to achieve it, to set this goal, and to make some progress with it. But the World card reversed here could show that there is some kind of frustration or dissatisfaction here. In an upright position, the World indicates completion and all the processes that are coming to an end, which opens up a new chapter, and something new can begin because the previous chapter has ended now. And mostly it's about victory and success and all those good feelings. But when it's not upright, when it's reversed, this conclusion and closure is not really there, and maybe that is exactly what you want to achieve. That is what your goal is about. It's about you finishing this project once and for all, or trying to find ways how to get to this other stage, this next stage. But you need to get past this thing which is not finished. So even if you are looking to something which is even beyond this project, you still need to deal with this, because this is there and it's not finished and you cannot ignore it. It is like, it could be even like an obstacle in your way you need to overcome in some way. But then I think the advice for you relative to this goal is don't push anything if you feel resistance. Because the serendipity, it's all about those divine and magic synchronicities, when things just happen for you in this magical way, where the right people just come to you at the right time, when you hear the right messages when you need them. And basically everything just clicks into place, and you do have a feeling that universe is really on your side, and you have that good luck with the serendipity card, and you can get out of even those situations that may seem hopeless at the beginning, or where you could not find a rational explanation or solution for how to solve this situation. So this is something that you should be staying open to. And as I said, don't try to push through resistance if you feel that there is something with this reversed world card. And also don't be disheartened if for some reason achieving your goal takes longer, or there are obstacles or things you need to deal with beforehand. It's a part of the process. And if you have this positive mindset and outlook on this whole thing, then you will have your chances to succeed and to get ahead with your goal. So message number 5, what do you have? So you have the 2 of Pentacles reversed, you have the Four of Cups, also reversed, and you have the Four of Fire. So, what does it say about your goal or intention? Well, it could be that you are ready to really commit to your goal or intention. Because you have the Two of Pentacles reversed in an upright position, this card is usually about the balancing act. It's about those attempts when we try to manage two or more things at once. So we may be having more than one obligation to attend to, maybe work and home and things like that. So we need to basically find a way how to make them all work. But when this card is reversed, it could be that you are saying to yourself, okay, I'm done. I don't want to have that many tasks at once. I don't want to multitask. I just want to focus on something that's important to me. And that could be the advice for you relative to you setting this goal. Don't try to multitask and be very specific about what are the results that you want to create. And actually, the message of this reversed Four of Cups is pretty similar, because when upright, it indicates this period of contemplation. You don't know what to do, you don't really see all the options, and you are trying to figure out maybe what is the best way to do something, but you don't really engage in any action because you don't see this right solution or this right option. But when this card is reversed, you finally notice it and you want to act on it. You know that this is the right thing for you to do, and you don't even consider the rest of the options here because you have found the right one. So again, if you are thinking about several ways of how to achieve something, or if you want to set multiple goals for yourself, then your advice is to pick the most important thing. Prioritize and pick your top priority and invest all your focus and energy on your top priority, and don't even consider the rest of the options because they are currently irrelevant. You will be able to reconsider them later on if it feels right for you, but not at the moment. At the moment, you will be too scattered. Your focus will be too too broad, and you won't be able to achieve good results. And with the Four of Fire, which you also have, indeed you need to look for that sense of accomplishment, because for some reason it is very important with this goal for you to have that sense of accomplishment and to focus on it so that you can really feel content and that you have achieved that this is finally done. It brings this beautiful sense of comfort to you, and you really feel proud of yourself, and you can take a little bit you can take a little time off maybe and celebrate a little bit what you have achieved. So in order for you to be able to do so, don't spread yourself too thin here. Pick just one thing to focus on and do it very, very good. Your efficiency will increase and you will get your result. So here we go, message number 6. So you have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Then you also have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And you have experiencing, which is the Three of Fire. So I think what this message is all about It is about taking risks and getting out of your comfort zone, being ambitious with your goal, and setting really large goals that even scare you a little bit. Because you have the Four of Pentacles, and in an upright position, it indicates this. Basically, it's your comfort zone, it's your savings, things that make you feel secure and safe, and you don't necessarily want to leave them or give them away, because then what happens? You are not safe anymore. You want that sense of safety with an upright Four of Pentacles. But in your case, it's reversed. So you don't really care about that. Or if you do, then you should not be, because the growth happens and the true abundance can be found outside the boundaries of your comfort zone. And it is indicated by the Wheel of Fortune here, that good luck and that risk that you take, it really rewards you with something even far beyond your imagination, if we could put it that way. So if you want some growth and some expansion, and if you want to achieve your goal, then you can do that by really taking action that is risky, that feels a risk for you, and not listening to your fear, not giving in to your mind trying to protect you, but really listening to your heart. And of course, you need to take calculated risks. It's not wise to just get into something without thinking it through or without considering what the possible consequences could be. So it still counts. You still need to calculate the risks. But basically, indeed, don't be afraid to try out something completely new. And it will be exciting, it will be fun. And you also have the experiencing, so don't think about what you could lose in the process. Again, you have calculated all your risks, you have done the risk analysis, and you know what you are signing up to. But then once you've done that and once you've passed that decision, just be present. Experience that and really make the most out of that experience. Don't think about your comfort zone and what you are leaving behind. It's not going to serve you in any way here with this goal. You want to kind of lose yourself in the experience. And that is what allows you to be very, very creative. And that is what also lets you act on an opportunity whenever one comes your way, and you are very open and alert to notice them and to act upon them. And that's how that good luck is actually attracted to you. It's not like something that is given to you randomly. It is your mindset that actually creates that good luck. So yes, do think about that with this message, and don't be afraid to be brave. Really, don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. So here we go, message number 7. You have Hierophant reversed, and you have the Judgment also reversed, 2 major arcana cards, and you have Between Worlds. Okay, so the message for you is that whatever goal you want to set for yourself and achieve, you must think about all the things that are presently a part of your reality, which are preventing you from reaching that goal. Because, well, Between Worlds, it basically shows that you are kind of looking into the future and you want something new. You want to create something new, or you want to move to someplace new, basically there is something you want to create for yourself, but then you are also stuck in the past or in the present, whatever it is for you, and then you are kind of neither here nor there. You are in between worlds, and that is sometimes it's a very uncomfortable position to be in, and that in and of itself, the state of being in between, in and of itself can really fuel you to try to find your way out, or try to settle down in some way, or set a goal and achieve that, because you don't want to feel that this way anymore. You really want to have something real to hold on to. Or if you are not aware that you are in between worlds, then this is something you need to become aware of, because it acts like an anchor which is holding you back. You haven't dealt with the past fully, and it is really preventing you from fully embracing this new that you want for yourself. Because also look here with those two reversed major arcana cards, the Judgment and the Hierophant. The Judgment reversed is all about you not hearing that wake-up call. Or if you are trying to do something, then you might be operating on false beliefs, or there could be something off with this approach or this action or this behavior of yours, how you see your goal, and maybe even the goal itself could be somehow off and not the one that you should be having right now. This is the position of the Judgment card, which allows you to see that new beginning, which is now available to you, and you move into this world that you want to be in. So this is the situation you want to create for yourself. Because currently you kind of want to move into this new world, but you are still your old self. And reversed Hierophant is talking about all those false beliefs that you hold and that are preventing you from moving on. And those are precisely the ones that are anchoring you in the past. You are there because you have not really taken your time to figure something out and to understand some truths about yourself. You need to be very, very honest here with yourself, because what you are creating, if you don't do anything, you will create basically an illusion of a new life, when in fact it is just a repetition of your past. So be very, very careful with this message, and do take your time to consider everything that's going on. And this may be an unpleasant thing for you to hear, but if you don't push it away and if you let it sink, then you might be able to get to some really great conclusions here that will greatly promote you moving forward with what you want to achieve. So here we have message number 8, and the cards that we have is Death reversed, 6 of Wands, and 2 of Fire. Okay, so interesting. On one hand, it does feel that you really want to get on with something. The 6 of Wands is that victory you desire, something you want to achieve, and this is really like a goal which is already accomplished. But then you also have this reversed Death card, which is actually a major arcana card, so the lesson inherent with this card is much, it has more weight basically, and it's more serious. You should consider it very carefully relative to your situation. And there is some kind of unwillingness to change. Because death is all about change and transformation. It's not that you do something and you stay the same. Whenever you get past the gates of the death, you become a different person. Well, it's still you, but you come out on the other side in a different quality. It's a huge transformation. So it does feel that relative to your goal, you want to have that win, but then you are not really willing to put in the work that is really required to get to that outcome that you desire. So be very careful about this and think, what is it that you don't want to do? There is no shortcut here. If you want to be successful, then you must change. You must maybe change your attitude or the way you do things, or maybe you don't want really to work too hard on something, but something about the way this whole setup works currently needs to change with the reversed death card. And if you make a strategy, then you should really look at this and see what's going on there. What is it that you are missing here? And you also have this Two of Fire, which is, it's about embracing the journey. And in order for you to have a pleasant journey towards achieving your goal, do make sure that there is nothing from the past that is preventing you from really enjoying this. Be well prepared. And it doesn't mean only the physical resources that you need in order to get on with something. It's also about the way you approach things, how you manage things. Maybe you need to look into your habits, your daily habits, how you usually approach things. Maybe how your work is organized as such. So there could be many different things that you could be considering with this message relative to the goal that you want to achieve. But you could be focusing on the outcome, on that victory you want, but then don't forget that a huge part of that is also the journey itself. And the better prepared you are, the better the result is. So this is your message. Think about that very carefully. And most importantly, take a look at all those aspects where you are not really wanting to change, or maybe you want to play it safe in some way when you need to take risks. So really do think about that, and your journey towards your goal will be much, much more pleasant for you. Message number 9. So what you have the Page of Swords. You also have the Two of Cups, and you have receptivity. Okay, so what does it say about your goal? I do have a feeling that you could be pretty emotionally involved with your goal. Here with this Two of Cups and receptivity cards. This is, by the way, the Queen of Cups in the traditional tarot. And of course, that is a good thing if you are emotionally attached to what you desire, because it indicates that your heart is there. It's something that you really want and what makes you feel good, just because it is in your heart. But then on the other hand, the risk here is that you could be a bit naive, if that makes sense, or you could allow other people that are involved in this situation to take advantage of you because you have so good intentions that you kind of believe that everybody has the same approach that you do. And for some reason, it does feel that this is the message that you need to hear relative to your goal, because this Page of Swords here, it's like, well, he's facing away from those other two cards and he's not really being a part of that. And I'm wondering what's on his mind, because it does seem that he is in a hurry, he's moving away, and I'm not sure what his intentions are. He's not present with this situation. He's not embracing this idea or this goal or this project. Instead, he is getting away from it. So it could mean several things for you. Maybe this is something that you need to remove consciously. All those influences and aspects of your situation that is currently standing in the way of you achieving this goal. Focus on what feels really good for you and just make the rest leave. You don't need it, it doesn't serve you. It could be you cleaning up this whole thing and making sure that you can focus only on those things that truly inspire you and lift you up and really bring that inspiration to you. And if you feel that something, some tasks, some duties just don't work with you and you cannot do them, then maybe delegate them to other people, or leave them for later, or maybe don't do them at all. Maybe you don't need that. But if this is something who is also involved with this project, then be careful about this person's intentions, because they may have some hidden agendas, something that they want, but they are not necessarily considering the best approach for this project at large. So yes, you must be careful about the people that are also involved with this project or with this goal. But if you are by yourself, then this is that approach that you can take. Get rid of the things and influences that doesn't sit well with you and focus on things that inspire you and that you want to focus on. Because why not? For the time being, why not? And maybe all those unpleasant tasks can be revisited later when the time is right and when you have more resources to do that. So this is your message. So what about the message number 10? So you have the Fool reversed. Then you have the Eight of Wands and to the Sea. So I think that what you are warned about in this message is don't take on things that you don't have enough information about. Because with the Fool card, this is about taking on risks and embracing new beginnings and all those nice things when we have this adventurous spirit we want to follow. And also the Eight of Wands is very similar. We want to make some progress we are really inspired and passionate about, and we want to move really quickly ahead. We want to see quick results, and we really want to see the difference that our actions make. But when the Fool card is reversed, it is a warning against you taking risks that are not really smart risks. You risk losing a lot. You have not calculated your every option. You have not taken a look at the consequences your actions might cause. And you want to make that progress so bad that you fail to somehow really assess the present situation and what you can realistically achieve. So, reality check is something that you should be doing when it comes to your intention. And ask yourself whether your objectives are really realistic. Can you really achieve them? Because what you risk is to get yourself lost in the sea. And this thing that you are trying to get yourself into is much, much larger than you. And you really need to have some very clever navigation strategies, and you need to know what you're doing here in order to succeed. But if you don't have that experience, or if you have not taken the time necessary to get that experience, to learn, to do your research, to really make your strategy beforehand, then you really are at risk of losing yourself, of getting lost into that whole into that sea that you are wanting to tackle here and get yourself into. You should not rely on good luck, because it's not going to be there. It's very unlikely that you will be able to get on with this only by being lucky. You need to put in some work. Don't rush into things. Be more down to earth when you approach your goals here, and you have a good chance to achieve a lot. Adjust your attitude a little bit and make it more suitable to the outcome of your goals, because that will really serve you well. And there will be no need to regret anything later. You can prepare yourself and you can take on this thing or project or goal, whatever it is. But really, preparation is a must. So this is your message. Message number 11. So what do you have here? You have the Four of Swords. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And you have the Page of Fire. I think what this message is all about is that it's time to take some serious action. With Four of Swords, you may be kind of resting. You may be reevaluating things or analyzing things and thinking, is this something I want to do? Do I really need it? Do I really want it? What will I get out of that? Or maybe you want to have the end result, but then you're kind of too lazy to do that, to do the work required, or something else is preventing you from engaging in action. So you just don't do anything, or you do very little, or you are more like, you have adopted this more passive attitude towards this whole thing, this project. And yeah, maybe you are looking at it, but then you are not really doing anything about that. But that should change definitely, because you have entered or are soon to enter some pretty good time period for this to really make some good results with this Wheel of Fortune card here. And it is not going to happen by itself. It's not that this project will finish itself. You will have to get the work done, and you are the one who will be doing that and who will be achieving the result, or your initiative will be the driving force behind this goal, this objective, this idea, whatever it is. But in order to create those results, you have to take things into your own hands, and you will meet some good luck here with that, and you will be able to push through and achieve your desired result, if only you choose to take action. And the Page of Fire, I think it is really that attitude that you should be in when approaching this goal that you have in mind. And the page of fire is this very passionate being, and they are all fired up with that idea and with that new beginning, and they really want to do that, to achieve that, and they are not even thinking about the end result. This is the process itself. This is how they feel about the idea itself, and it really excites them and inspires them, and they just want to become that idea. They want to live it, breathe it, and basically be with it every single day. And you should be that page of fire. You should have that attitude of joy and excitement. And if you currently feel maybe tired or overworked, or maybe you don't know really whether this is something you need, then take your time to go over your motivation and maybe look at what is it that is stopping you from taking this on. Because you could create so beautiful results and you could have so much in return, and not only the outcome, not only the achievement itself, but also this childlike joy and adventurous spirit that comes with it. This is something completely different if we compare it to this Four of Swords, where you are just laying down and not doing anything really. So do think about that. What is stopping you? What is it that is preventing you from being the page of fire and creating your good fortune? Because you could do all that. And maybe try to think about how you can be more of that relative to your goal. So really give it a go, but before you do that, make sure that you understand what is going on with you in this position. You have rested enough here with this Four of Swords card. It's time to wake up and see those opportunities. But again, if for some reason you cannot, then do take a look at that. Deal with that and remember that this is something that awaits you if only you choose to follow that. Message number 12. What do you have going on? So you have the Nine of Cups reversed. You also have the Devil card reversed. And rebirth. Okay, so what is this all about? You could be recovering from some sort of an addiction. Here with the Devil card. Because the Devil is about our fears and weaknesses that are taking the best of us. And we are victims to our temptations and desires in a negative sense. We are not free. We cannot create freely because we are tied to whatever it is that we are tempted to experience. And also the reversed Nine of Cups talks about overindulgence and those cases when pleasure and seeking pleasure comes at our detriment, when we are actually hurting ourselves by that, by searching for that pleasure instead of doing something that is good for us. But since this Devil card is reversed, it is an indication that you already understand that, you are aware of this, and what you want to do is you want to unleash yourself from this negative influence, and you want to take more control over your life. Basically, you want to get your life back, and You want to be the one who sets the rules, not your addictions or temptations or other negative influences that may be present in your life currently. And the rebirth card is talking precisely about that. It's pointing towards a personal evolution and transformation when you kind of move through different stages of how your personality grows and evolves, and you get more refined and more authentic with every single stage that you move through. Here you are living in this mental fog when you are not even aware of what's going on. You let things simply happen to you. Then you become more powerful once you realize, okay, this is what is going on and I don't like that. I want to be in the driver's seat of my life. And then you kind of find that inner strength and that willpower to move on, to push forward. And finally, you can reach that childlike state when you are basically enjoying life, when you don't need to prove anything to anybody, when it's all about things that you enjoy and what brings you pleasure, but not in this sense, not in this reversed Nine of Cups type of sense, but really, it's a true pleasure. It's following your joy and not being sorry for that and not really caring about other people's opinions because you are free of that. So somehow this message has to do with your goal that you are setting. Maybe this is precisely the type of goal that you are setting for yourself, to break free from this, what's going on, because you know that that is something that you need. If that's the case, then this is like a reassurance for you that this is indeed the right path for you to take. Otherwise, if it's not your goal, not other people, or not even your weaknesses, so this could be about something that's going on internally for you. This could be you, your fears, your shadows, that you need to take a look at. Okay, so this is the message, and really it's about that personal transformation that your goal requires as such. And if you are approaching from a different context to this message, then think about where you are falling short and what is it that you don't want to see or admit to yourself, and what are those forces and influences that are controlling you, where you are not sitting in the driver's seat, basically. So this is something that you should really consider relative to your goal and how you can turn it around, how you can make sure that you set the rules here.